Hello beautiful people, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to our channel. So if you are new here in this channel, please subscribe to our channel and please share, like, comment. And to our old subscriber, thank you for always coming back watching our video. Hey God, as in, who was this one? UN meeting general, as in UN nation general meeting wey they do yesterday. United Nations wey they do yesterday, when all presidents come they talk about it. If I not watch am, I not know wetin happen yesterday. All presidents for the world, they come together. They come they address wetin dey happen for the world. As the head of it do better thing for the world because of this coronavirus of a thing wey dey happen. I say when US president dey talk, come dey see the way they talk now. The man they talk like say na newborn, na 18 years old boy. They talk, they bounce, they shake head, they talk to represent the country. Say yes, he na president. They talk boldly. When he reach Ghana president body, see speech God. See the way as in Ghana president they talk. See the way they yarn. Even Tanzania, their female president. See the way the woman talk, they address the nation. All presidents already talk well, but when he reach our bubu buhari, when he reach his head, see the way he disgrace us, left, right, back, center. He disgrace us. He don't read one speech finish for the paper. He don't know where one carry paper go then na left or na right. He not fit even talk. His voice dey crack, his hand dey shake. Who give us this president? Who do us this thing? Who do us this thing? I was ashamed. A whole Nigeria president no fit even take speech. He no even fit know where he want turn book go, where he want for start. He dey talk like person wey dey hungry. Woman no now. See the way the rest president, see the way they stand by their country. They address the nation well. They talk their part. Everything was going smoothly. See the way nobody I go show you the president, I go show you Ghana president. I go upload the video. Determine the view when I get for this one. I go to upload Ghana video, Ghana home. I be muna share this video. Me the world they know say we not support this man called Buhari. Even when he even go because now New York now they for do the meeting. Even when they go a bad fake Nigerians, may they go support them. May they support them saying a good president. I'll still upload that video. But if I see better video for this video, I'm going to upload them. You go back fake people. They call a protest for front saying a good president. I put the video, I watch and I see the way this man disgrace us for everywhere. Anywhere we will go. Back center everywhere, you disgrace us.
His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and invite him to address the Assembly.
Mr. President, Heads of State and Government, Mr. Secretary General, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, let me, on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria, congratulate you on your well-deserved election as President of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly. I would like to assure you of the full support and cooperation of the Nigerian delegation throughout your tenure. I would like to commend your predecessor, His Excellency Mr. Volkan Bashir, for the many remarkable achievements recorded during his tenure despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Permit me to congratulate the Secretary General Antonio Guterres on his re-election and commend his strong commitment to making the United Nations more alive to its responsibilities. I also want to express my gratitude to him for reappointing Ms. Amina Mohammed as the Deputy Secretary General to assist him in discharging his responsibilities. Mr. President, excuse me, the theme of this year's General Assembly, building silence, resilience through hope to recover from COVID-19, rebuild sustainability, respond to needs of the planet, respect the rights of the people, and revitalize the United Nations sums up our common desire to rescue our planet, recover our economies, and restore hope to all the peoples of the world. In this regard, my delegation will continue to support the United Nations as the indispensable forum for international cooperation and the cornerstone of the multilateral system rooted in respect for international law, including international human rights law, and predicated on a rules-based order. Mr. President, I want to thank the international community for the concerted response to COVID-19. The solidarity and the drive to contain the first truly global health emergency of our time is a pointer to the many things we can achieve if we work together. On our part, Nigeria has made strenuous efforts to contain the virus and hold its deadly onslaught on our people. Our efforts have been rewarded with moderate success. At the outset, we recognize detection and contact tracing to be important tools in combating the virus. In this connection, from a mere 4 laboratories with testing and detection capacities, we ramped up the facilities to over 140 centers today. Similarly, we built isolation centers and emergency hospitals wards in record time all over the country. We carry out genomic sequencing in designated laboratories across the country with a view to detecting variants in circulation. In addition, over 40,000 healthcare workers have recently been trained on infection, prevention, and control measures with the support of various partners. Nigeria remains grateful for the assistance received from our partners and friends all over the world. Vaccination is the key to our safe emergence from the pandemic. We fully support the COVAX initiative, from which we have benefited. We also thank the United States of America, Turkey, India, China, European Union, and others for the vaccines provided. Despite the acknowledgement, however, I would like to reiterate my call for a fairer and more equitable distribution of vaccines in all countries so that together we can fight and contain the pandemic. The rising wave of newer and more contagious strains makes this even more urgent. No country can afford the socio-economic implications of prolonged shutdown. It is imperative to underscore that no one is safe until everyone is safe. Mr. President, Nigeria remains deeply concerned over the illicit trade, transfer, and circulation of small arms and light weapons. Their excessive accumulation and uncontrolled spread in many regions of the world are having devastating humanitarian and socio-economic consequences, especially on the continent of Africa. It is on this note that my delegation calls for the worldwide application of the Arms Trade Treaty to codify accountability in conventional arms trade, which is critical to the security of nations. This is in recognition of the need for a broad-based global partnership in the ongoing battle against transborder crimes, including terrorism and piracy. Mr. President, we must deal not only with the symptoms of conflict, but also the immediate causes that fuel conflicts in the first place. These include poor and undemocratic governance, human rights abuses, poverty, ignorance, injustice, and inequalities. There are no easy solutions to these conditions. They require long-term investments and more effective international cooperation. In this connection, my delegation underscores the importance of promoting peaceful, unfettered, and inclusive participation of states in global actions towards conflict prevention. This will facilitate the achievement of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the African Union Agenda 2063. In West Africa especially, our democratic gains of the past decades are now being eroded. The recent trend of unconstitutional takeover of power, sometimes in reaction to unilateral changes of constitution by some leaders, must not be tolerated by the international community. Nigeria fully supports the efforts of ECOWAS to address this growing challenge and appreciates the support of both the African Union and the United Nations. In this regard, I would like to reiterate that as leaders of our individual member states, we need to adhere to constitutional provisions of our countries, particularly on term limits. This is one area that generates crisis and political tension in our sub-region. Mr. President, Nigeria is fully committed to nuclear non-proliferation and has always supported the view that it should involve all states. Disarmament conventions deserve the support of all states, small, large, nuclear, or non-nuclear. Nuclear weapons remain the ultimate agents of mass destruction, and their total elimination should be the final objective of all disarmament processes within the broad spectrum of goals being pursued by the United Nations. In this regard, Nigeria would participate actively in forthcoming review conference of nuclear prohibition treaty and also the first meeting of states parties to the landmark treaty on the provision of nuclear weapons, scheduled to take place within the first quarter of 2022. Nigeria regards these upcoming events as important steps towards realization of a world free of nuclear weapons. We are therefore supportive of any diplomatic efforts in this direction. We hope that the upcoming Nuclear Prohibition Treaty Review Conference